everyone, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. It's Christmas! Are you all getting into the holiday season cheer? I decided to decorate my rosemary bush in a very Christmas tree-like fashion and it smells so good. It's making my whole room smell amazing. Also kind of like roasted turkey, which I'm not mad about. I just wanted to do a fun video today where I talk about some of the books, middle grade, YA, and adult that I'm excited for that are coming out next year. I have a lot of books on my TBR, my very largely growing Goodreads TBR, but I wanted this video to be very, very specific and very I wanted to be very picky basically when choosing these books. So these are the ones that if I don't like, I'm gonna be very disappointed by. But let's go ahead and start with the middle grade. The first book that comes out in 2022 that I am most excited about is my book. Is that obnoxious? Oh well, my book comes out next year. I'm very excited about it. I can't reveal my cover yet, but I've seen it and it's absolutely everything. I'm just so excited. When I have pre-order links, I will hit you up with them. Okay, but seriously, the first book in the middle grade section that I am most excited about coming out in 2022 is The Marvelers by Danielle Clayton, and this comes out May 3rd. This book is set in a magical institute for children where witches and wizards and warlocks all over the world come together to practice their different kinds of cultural magic. It just sounds like super cool in general. I feel like I'm gonna learn a lot about other cultures and their magic, but also like just seeing all of it together and how they work differently is gonna be so cool. But anyways, they're all in the magical school together and there's something about a bad prisoner escaping and a teacher going missing, and this friend group has to get together and try to like solve the mystery before it's too late. It just sounds really cute. Anything set at a magical institute is like right up my alley. So very excited about this one. Similarly is Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega, and this one comes out February 1st. This also takes place in a magical institute for witches where on your 12th birthday in this magical town, all witches are sorted into one of 6 covens, and our main character doesn't get sorted into one of the powerful covens but gets sorted into a spare witch, which are basically treated like servants in lower class. There are also 3 other witches who are sorted as spares, and if they can pass some kind of magical trial together, I think that they will eventually get to become real witches and get to use their powers. It just sounds so good. I read Claribel A. Ortega's first book, Ghost Squad, and it was a super fun middle grade romp. She likes to write spooky, ghosty, witchy stuff, which is obviously like right up my alley. It's also coming out with Scholastic, which we're kind of siblings now. Hey, Claribel. And my last middle grade most anticipated release is Hummingbird by Natalie Lloyd. Now this one has like 0 information. It has a cover, but that's it. There's not even a synopsis. The date is still to be announced. So I know nothing about this other than it looks like a girl on a stage in a wheelchair. I honestly need to know nothing about this because Natalie Lloyd wrote my, is it my favorite middle grade of the year? I don't know. We'll have to watch the best books to find out. Coming in a couple weeks. But she wrote one of my favorite middle grades of the year. Definitely. A Snicker of Magic. It's amazing. The voice is incredible. And I love the whimsical magic and the family and everything about it is perfect. So I'm very excited for her release coming out next year. Okay, now let's talk some YA. The first one I'm going to talk about also doesn't have a date yet, and that is The World Ends Here by Rory Power. I'm not really sure what's going on with this book. I know it was supposed to come out this year, but it still doesn't have a date on Goodreads. I think it maybe got bumped around because of scheduling conflicts or whatever. Rory Power writes like character-driven, horror-esque vibe books, and this one is no different. This one is set in the Arctic in a research center where 2 girls are stuck and then creepy stuff starts happening. I know very little about it because there's not that much information released, but Rory Power did say one time on Instagram that the girls' romance is a lot like Ryan and Kelly from The Office. It's like super toxic. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. And maybe the book that I am most excited about is Extasia by Clara Legrand, and this comes out on February 22nd. This is like a witchy horror where a girl has to join a coven in order to rid her town of some evil. It gives me like Salem witch vibes, which we all know I'm about. The cover is like super that vibe. I don't really want to know anything else about this because I just want to go into it and feel everything. Next we have A Forgery of Roses by Jessica Olsen, and this comes out March 29th. This one's super interesting. This one is about a girl who has the power to alter people's bodies by painting them on a canvas. So she has a skill and she has to keep it quiet because if people found out about it, they would, like, you know, use her. And somebody finds out about her and starts to blackmail her, and basically kind of like blackmails her to paint their son back to life after he died. She's forced to like go to this manor house and gets involved in this mystery because she starts to think that the son didn't die naturally, that he might have been murdered. It sounds really interesting. I really liked Jessica's first book, which was Sing Me Forgotten. It is everything. One of my favorite YA fantasies of this year, if you like super dark anti-heroes. And this one sounds like it might be kind of gothic, which I love a good gothic spooky story. And the last YA on my list is Blood Like Fate by Lizelle Samberry, who you might notice that you recognize her. She has an Authortube channel. You should go subscribe if you're not already. But that comes out on August 9th. Now this is the sequel and the finale to the Blood Like Magic duology. And the first one follows a black witch living in a near future Toronto where she is forced to kill her first love in order to save her family. The last book ended on a bit of a doozy, so I'm excited to see where all the characters go from here, how they get out of the situations that they're in. Moving into adults, let's talk about Daisy Darker. Alice Feeney is a pretty popular thriller writer. She's best known for, I think her most famous is this Sometimes I Lie. Right here, you might have seen the cover around. But I read her release last year, which was His and Hers. Oh, that one was so good. I had so much fun reading it. I love how she usually does dual POVs, and it's like both of the characters are lying to you, both of the characters are lying to each other, and she just does a really good job of ending every single chapter on like a little like one line that is like, oh, I just have to keep turning the pages. But all I know about this new one is that it is a psychological thriller about a family that gathers at the grandmother of the family's mansion on a secluded island for a birthday party, but one of the family members is a killer and they're all stuck there. I mean, it just sounds really great. It almost sounds like Knives Out if like all of the family members were being killed off one by one. It's just yes. And another thriller, we have 9 Lives by Peter Swanson. This one comes out on January 15th. This one follows a group of 9 people who all in the mail randomly one day just get a list with 9 names on it, including their own. The paper is not signed. None of these people know each other. They live all over the country. And then suddenly each of them starts dying in a very mysterious way. One of the names on the list is a detective, and she's gonna try to figure out what's going on before she is killed because her name is up next. I have a very interesting history with Peter Swanson. So I love the last book I read by him, which was 8 Perfect Murders, which was super fun. And then his most popular book, the one everyone loves, I did not like, and that is The Kind Worth Killing. I don't know, will this one be like the deciding factor? I think I'm gonna continue reading him no matter what because I do like how he does characters. It's always very entertaining. But yeah, this one's a bit of a toss-up, but it sounds really fun. It sounds really edge of your seat type mystery, so excited for that. Also wondering if there's a trend because his last book was 8 Perfect Murders. This one's 9 Lives. Is the next one gonna be like 10 something? The next is a romance. I know, who is she? And that is Book Lovers from Emily Henry, coming out May 3rd. I love Emily Henry. I love her YA. 1000 Junes is incredible. I loved People We Meet on Vacation, and I loved Beach Read. Oh my gosh, so good. The way that she does characters and like specificity to really make characters and families and like just really complex dynamics just pop to life is so good. It is my goal in life to make her my friend because we are agent siblings. She is also at Root Literary, so I'm just like, hey Emily, we should be friends. She also doesn't know I exist, but that's okay. But it sounds like this one is an enemies to lovers romance between a literary agent and a publishing house editor, which sounds very meta and very exciting and everything that I am into. And my last most anticipated release is The City of Dusk by Tara Sem, coming out on, I forgot, March 22nd. So this one is the only high fantasy on my list. So if you guys have any good adult high fantasy recs that are coming out next year, leave them below because I feel like I probably am missing quite a few. But this one follows a city that is ruled by 4 noble houses. They each have been given a gift from their gods. One is light, one is dark, one is death, one is life. And the gods have given them these gifts and everything has been harmonious for a very long time. All of a sudden the gods have withdrawn and the city starts to like crumble, or there's war or natural disasters or something. And so the 4 heirs of these 4 noble houses have to get together and like figure out how to save the world. I'm really excited about this one. It sounds fun. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of political machinations, which I'm always into, especially in adult high fantasy. So I think this one's just going to be great escapism. I'm hoping it's filled with really morally gray characters and some fun romance, hopefully some good twists and some action. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. So those are my most anticipated releases coming out next year. Let me know down in the comments what book you're most excited for that's coming out next year. And if you have any recommendations for me, definitely leave those below too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.